And she said for anyone implicated, they need to ask,
what did you know?
Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Fuel leaks are delaying the scheduled launch of NASA's moon rocket. Correspondent Michael Wallace has the update.
During a wet dress rehearsal countdown, NASA discovered a hydrogen fuel leak near the base of the Artemis 2 rocket. The space agency pushed this month's scheduled launch to next month at the earliest. Teams need to assess all the test data before setting a new launch date. The 4 astronauts who hope to take a 9-day flight around the moon will be released from their 2-week quarantine.
A member of one of the most successful 1970s rock bands has died. Three Dog Nights lead singer Chuck Negron had 3 #1 songs between 1969 and 1974. His publicist says Negron died at his home in Studio City, California, after battling COPD and heart failure. Chuck Negron was 83. This is CBS News. Take control of your financial life. Follow and listen to Money Watch with Jill Schlesinger on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're next to order. Please pull forward.
You know, Josh, when you said you were springing for lunch, I didn't think you meant drive-through fast food.
Come on, man. Money's been tight lately, and these high gas prices are killing me.
You pay full price at the pump? Get your head out of the sand and start using Upside.
What's Upside?
Come on, dude. Upside is the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it every time I fill up my tank.
Does that really add up?
I've already banked around $200.
That's serious cash.
Hi, can I take your order?
Yeah, I'm ordering the free Upside app to start earning cash back on every gallon of gas I buy.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ORDER to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ORDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ORDER for a 25 cents per gallon.
News and weather brought to you this hour by Flora Animal Hospital, where we treat your pets like our own. Visit our website, floraanimalhospital.com.
What could make Ridgeland stand out if it all goes through? This afternoon, rain is likely with an 80% chance and a high at 61. Rain into tonight with a low at 35. By Wednesday, the rain is gone and the high will be 47. It's down to 26 Wednesday night, but warms up quickly. You've got news on 103.9 WIAB. I'm Chris Davis. A conference center with a large hotel and 4 restaurants was announced Monday for the Prado Vista at Ridgeland Development. And Monday is when all the paperwork for the approvals was started. If it all goes through, construction would start on that 50,000 square foot center and 250 room hotel, possibly by summer, which could make Ridgeland a regional conference destination. None of the kids were hurt, and neither was the driver of a bus that was hit by an SUV in Madison County Monday afternoon about 2:30. But the 3 people in the SUV did go to the hospital. The Highway Patrol says the wreck happened on Highway 463 at Stribling Road, and they are looking into the cause. A student at Jones College is accused of murder in Fort Worth, and he was taken into custody at the school, say authorities there. A hit on 18-year-old Jaden Gray's tag by a tag reader alerted the police that he was a wanted man. He was tracked down and put in cuffs and will be on his way to Texas to face charges. Street racing could be the cause of you losing your car if a bill that is now out of committee and soon to be voted on passes. The proposed law says that in counties with 25,000 or more people, if you are caught racing in that manner, your car could be forfeited and sold in addition to you facing fines. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WIAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, jump away. Chip away, that's what I'm gonna do. Sweet little mama, I wanna get next
And all over America, it is the Chip Matthews Show, also heard in Russia and in China and in Japan and in South Africa and in the Sudan. Yes, it is the Chip Matthews Show. And we welcome you here to listen to us here, broadcasting live from the 10th floor of the radio complex here in Flora, Mississippi. Yes. We're up so high now that I can see the rain. Y'all, it's raining already. I thought, we were going to get past this, but here it is. We go cold, then rain, then up to 70 degrees, then back down to 2 degrees. Oh, well. Welcome to Mississippi. You people on the radio, y'all probably don't even know that occurs to us in the other parts of the world. You're sitting there with your world. And look, we need to protect Mississippi elections. This is where, who posted? The Conservative Coalition of Mississippi has posted this today. And support SB 2591 and stop crossover voting. Only party members vote in primaries and keep our elections safe and fair and secure. And what they're talking about is tell your legislators, you need to call them and tell them this, but I'm not going to see any this is almost crazy. I mean, we would like this. Don't get me wrong. Hello, Jenny. But they're not going to let us do this because then the incumbents fear losing. We have a lot of rhino incumbents that are in office, and they know that if there wasn't for open primaries, that they probably would have been voted out. I mean, Delbert Hosemann has faced that many times. And when you look at, the big thing is they all want to make sure that the R that's in office stays in office is what the Republican Party's after. And I mean, that's not the way it should work, but that's the way it does work. And the incumbent 90% of the time wins. And, that's, you're looking at this and there are people in there saying Cindy Hyde-Smith is going to lose this election and it's all her fault if she had a reason that she voted to keep funding illegals. Y'all, that's what this person is saying, that they're going to lose. But Cindy Hyde-Smith is not going to lose. They have all these things in place to where these things don't happen. If they got the R, the party, the state party is right behind them. 67 dogs seized, 3 arrested in a Mississippi dog fighting operation. Y'all, we got this stuff going on all over the state, dog fighting and all that. But what do you do? What do you do when the government doesn't want to fix itself? And like here, we got the guy at Battlefield Drugs helps support Battlefield. Call the Capitol 601-359-3770 and tell them to support HB 1672 or Senate Bill 2575. That's the one to help the PBMs. You got to help these pharmacists, the local guy. They would rather see the big box stores do their thing. And it's on and on all these things, and there's just no way for us to get ahead due to these things. And we're not going to become a conservative state until we start being conservative or allowing conservatives' voice to be heard. I mean, when you look at everything going on inside the Mississippi legislature and everything, and that we should have the ballot initiative where we could all have a viewpoint or say something or change a law, but they don't want us to have it, so we're not going to have it. You look at all the different things and they say, like, for instance, the school choice thing, because Trump shut down the Department of Education and said the states would have the choice on how to spend their money. That was the state had the choice, but our state doesn't give us the choice. And when the people, they don't want the people, they would ask the people what they wanted, the state legislature on this school choice education freedom thing, they would be out of luck because the people in many of these districts came out and said they were against it. Now, I'm only against the education freedom school choice thing because it's mislabeled as to what it is. In the bill, it has nothing to do with education freedom. It has nothing to do with school choice. It has to do with another government program to help 10,000 students in the state as long as their parents make less than $55,000. And then on top of that, once you give these people these things, they're going to be screaming that you got to help us get to school and go to school. And there's just no way to do that. I mean, we can't provide rides to these people from wherever they're at. It won't work. So, I mean, what do you do? What do you do when nobody wants to? I mean, it's like last year when they lied to us and said that we're gonna cut out taxes. We're gonna get rid of them. Okay, we're gonna get rid of taxes. Meanwhile, they allowed Ridgeland to put another tax on to build a park. They put a tax on us for gas. It went up. Although gas went down, our taxes went up. I mean, you tell me, what makes sense to you? I mean, when I look at no tax, that means I look at something and it is no tax. It's like it's $19, and it's not $19 plus tax. It's $19. So how in the world can we consider ourselves a conservative Republican state when we don't do anything with our legislative body to appear to be conservative or Republican? You know, I know the MSGOP leadership says that, I mean, I heard a thing today and they said Mike Hershey's trying to get it on the right track to where we'd be on the same platform as the National Party. But, you know, we hadn't had a convention of states in years. And what we should have done when we had the convention at the Republican, I was a delegate. We were told exactly how we were going to vote when we walked in. We didn't have a choice. There was no platform to be voted. We voted on one, but we didn't have a conversation or anything. There was a group from Oxford that wanted to talk about all the things. They weren't going to have that. We had Michael Watson sit there and tell us there's no way to cheat in elections. And then they said, no way you can catch somebody in a paper ballot. And then I stood up. And then, of course, he said, well, yeah, in that case in Canton, you're right. There was a paper ballot problem. Okay. Then he said, oh, no, there was a problem with that too. So don't say that it can't be done. And like yesterday, I get a phone call from somebody who was going, when they go to do the machines and calibrate the machines, are we allowed to be there? Yes, you're allowed to be there when they calibrate the machines and puts the thumb drives in. It's not advertised. It's not pushed. But the Republican Party should have a representative everywhere. Same for the Democrats. Everywhere when you're setting up a machine and getting votes. In Madison County, I don't recall people even showing up to make sure that the boxes were coming in sealed. When we had the last election, there was some look and some this, but I mean, when you open up a poll and you go to the voting machines. Now, I went to the voting machines with a gentleman just to show him that there will be voting machines that aren't secure. And we walked through and we found machine after machine after machine that they were not sealed properly. The seals were not in place. They were still in the bags. And you look at these things and you go, why can't somebody get it right? And I say it all starts with leadership in the state when they train. I mean, elections are local. I understand that. But the state, Secretary of State's office has to train you. And when they fall down on the job of training you, and I mean, there's just so much to learn and understand that, you got to do something. Madison County GOP don't even look after their own. Oh, what? Those who make a donation and they find themselves a nice job with PERS retirement. That is correct. You know, a lot of people get the PERS retirement. You know, it's like right now with this education freedom, they're gonna have to put some oversight in place on the money. Just like at the ABC, who got a new job, which would be the job of keeping up with everybody in the state that gets to order you're allowed to order one case of wine directly a year, one case a month from each one of the from the wineries. Okay. So who's going to keep up with that? Who's going to keep up with those cases? Well, I mean, the ABC can't keep up with the orders that are there now. Right now, there's a shortage of liquor at the liquor stores. You're going to say shut it down for a week to count and see what they had. You know, the government needs to get out of micromanaging everything, just like they're trying to micromanage many, many, many other things. You need to get out of the business of micromanaging everything. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip
Many,
Matthews
many,
Show
many other
on
things.
WYAB.
You need to get out of the business of micromanaging everything. We'll be back with more. Right here.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Still waiting by the phone? Yes. They won't call. They're a big corporation. They don't care about you. I know. Go with Advantage Business Systems. They offer the same office machines as the big guys. The difference is their great attentive service. They're local and always there for you.
I love you, Advantage Business Systems.
Make Advantage Business Systems your office supply steady. Visit absms.com. That's absms.com.
Get ready, Jackson. On Friday, February 6th, Martin's Restaurant downtown cranks it up with Pretty Tied Up, the ultimate Guns N' Roses tribute band. Hear all the classics like Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, and more. Played loud with full 80s rock swagger. Don't miss a night of pure Guns N' Roses energy live at Martin's Restaurant downtown in Jackson. Visit the Martin's Downtown Facebook page for ticket information.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins of Home Care Plus in Ridgeland. We are a proud carrier of Abena Premium Incontinence products. Abena has the most absorbency available, making changes and leaks less likely. After 7 years as a seller, I can tell you these products are amazing and worth every penny to quality of life for patient and caregiver. And we ship all incontinence products as well. So please come see us at Home Care Plus in Ridgeland for all the incontinence needs of you or your family member. That's Home Care Plus in Ridgeland.
Grizz Nation, your Memphis Grizzlies season is in full swing at FedEx Forum, and there's nothing like being there to cheer on your team. Grab your tickets and bring your energy to the electric atmosphere of a Grizz game. Tickets are always available online at grizzlies.com/tickets or in person at the FedEx Forum box office in Memphis.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us on our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Health has always been reactive, focused on fixing problems as they happen. But with Blue Primary Care, we're taking a proactive approach, working with you to help you understand your health and empowering you to be healthy. It's time to prioritize you, your health, and your life. The results? Less worrying and more living. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue.
The Township Jazz Festival is on again this year, so make your plans for Saturday, April 11th to bring the family and make a day of it. This year, as always, they're keeping it free. 8 hours of phenomenal jazz talent at the Township on Highland Colony Parkway near Fusion Coffee House. Covered seating is provided, but lawn chairs and blankets are welcome. No tents, please. You can look for the info at townshipjazzfestival.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Yes, I am Chip Matthews. This is the Chip Matthews Show, heard all the way around the world and even in parts of Madison County where we are. How much longer on the repairs on the building? Which building are we talking about? That's a good question. Look, I was looking at something through Mississippi politics, and they said on January 20th, a federal district court struck down Mississippi's longstanding moratorium on the establishment of certain new healthcare facilities, calling the 40-year application of the moratorium irrational. On the same day, the Mississippi legislature passed a bill easing other longstanding restrictions on new healthcare. If signed into law, the bill will allow healthcare providers to purchase medical equipment and establish facilities without first obtaining a government permission slip if the capital expenditure is below a certain threshold. That's interesting. Once again, the government constantly trying to micromanage everything, healthcare. They're micromanaging right now. They're trying to decide if you're going to have cell phones in your schools. I mean, somebody do something else besides micromanage what they do. Good morning. You're on the air, YEB.
Good morning, Chip.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I got something else that I'm wondering why they're trying to micromanage homeschooling with that House Bill 1512
Right.
from the Democrat, from wherever 64 is.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with that one?
I'm not familiar with that one.
Well, they're trying to make it to where they bring in extra truant officers and
Yes, I did see that.
you know, where they're wanting to visit homes that have homeschoolers to make sure that they're doing the correct number of days, but that they're also going to have to start paying for testing in the 3rd, 5th, 8th, and 11th grade for the state school exams, but then that he's also trying to push that they follow the public school curriculum.
See, and that's the question is if the private schools don't have to follow the public school curriculum, then why would you, if you carried your kid home to homeschool because you maybe can't afford private school, you know?
That's and you know, I've got some friends that went through the pain of homeschooling their kids,
right?
And when they started college, they breezed through it. So they can't say that they weren't ready for college, but maybe they're trying to dumb down the homeschoolers to fall in line with public school curriculum.
I mean, the whole dumbing it down thing has got to stop. And then as far as the, we understand that teaching to the test is only for the teacher or the school district to be able to give out raises to upper management and to the school teachers. I mean, that's what it's for. Give the teachers the money first and don't make them have to jump through hoops to get it, because all they've got to worry about is that kid passing that English thing and getting a better letter grade for the school district to get a raise.
Yeah, well,
and you know, it's just like in Canton when they cheated on the test and the teachers took the test. Now, And, later on, I guess.
And then one of them ran for the mayor of Canton, right?
Yeah, they got in trouble for it, was suspended from teaching school because she took the test. They were found guilty of that. But it did get them the raise. And then at the time, she got accoladed and all those things for the things that happened good in her life because she had allegedly fixed something. And they didn't catch it, for a year, year and a half, 2 years? Then when they finally caught it, Canton had already, although they should have been a F and taken over by the state, it didn't happen that way because we hadn't been an F. They manipulated the numbers.
Yeah.
So.
Well, everybody needs to come out to Beethoven's Boardwalk tonight.
Oh, yeah. They need to.
We're going to have some good food.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you later.
See ya. Yeah, Beethoven's Boardwalk. That was Timothy Jenkins checking in, former election commissioner, which, as an election commissioner, he worked real hard to try to change some of the laws. And he can tell you, there's a lot about the election process that is not understood. And even when you go by the book, the problem is you don't have enough people that comprehend the book, and that starts at the election commissioner level coming on down. I mean, because he fought that tooth and nail with people, and too many people in the election process goes, that's the way we've done it for years. Somebody needs to get back to the original set of rules to run the state before you bogged it all down and said, we need to pass a law for this, we need to pass a law for that. Well, then we go back to when we passed the law that education would be funded by the government, all the way back to whenever that started, and then let that be it, and then go back and look and see what the rules were on how we were going to set that up. Was that just going to be a teacher in a small school? And then you put the bureaucrats and the bureaucrats and the bureaucrats and the districts, and you put the money in place. And, everybody's fixing to get more money from all of these data centers opening. And everybody's going to have their hands out to take as much as they can and put it in their pockets. They're going to say, we need to hire these people to keep up with that. We're going to have to hire people to keep up with counting the money. We're going to build these schools bigger. And then you look at those neighborhoods that they've built out by Deerfield and all that. If they sold all those houses that they built in the D.R. Horton built in that neighborhood, and there's still more being built. And of course, there is no road to support that area. But there definitely isn't a school to support that area. There's nowhere. If the house is all sold and those kids were going to school, there's no place to put the kids in school. You'd have to build a new school. And of course, to build a new school, you have to have a need. So once you go through the process, the need is already there for the new school to be built. The needs already exist. But until they all register and decide to go to school, you don't get ahead of the problem. And then it'll take you 4 or 5 years to build a school. And by then, the need is outgrown itself. It's a severe need. I don't know why. And, not every school has to be the biggest school in the state, but in Madison County, as soon as we get a school, it's full. Think about that. Canton's got some room up at Velma, and then there's some room up at Velma Jackson. School choice is probably going to get some people coming from Holmes County into Madison County to go to school because you'd rather have a Madison County education. And Pickens is right there on the line. So I could see a bunch of kids there going to Velma Jackson because they would have room. But, in areas like Gluckstadt where some people could cross the line and go to Canton, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen because the Canton School District is a failing grade. It is a disaster area in the school system. And no matter how much we do to prop it up, and you got to understand, you get a different education at every school district because every school district is different. Although they want to be the same and they all say they're doing the same thing and they're all teaching to the test, it doesn't happen that way. But if your kid goes to private school, they don't teach to the test, they teach to the student, which is where we need to be. We need to be teaching to the student, not to the test. The test just takes us down the rabbit hole that we don't need to be
Teaching to the student,
bureaucracy,
not to the test.
That's what it is. We'll be back with more
The
on the
test
Chip
just
Matthews
takes
Show
us
on
down the rabbit hole
WYAB.
that we don't need to be in. Bureaucracy. That's what it is. We'll be back with more on the Chip Matthews Show.
1039 WYAB.
Have you thought about the cost of long-term care? In Mississippi, a home health aide can cost over $57,000 a year, and a private nursing home room can exceed $109,000 annually. Hi, my name is Cressley Pierce at Pierce Professional Agency. Long-term care insurance may help protect your savings and give you more options and peace of mind as you age. Learn how planning ahead could save you money and stress. Find me, Cressley Pierce, online today at MadisonPlans.com. That's MadisonPlans.com.
Get ready, Louisiana! Johnny's Pizza House is turning up the heat with our sweet the swamp pizza. Packed with crawfish, shrimp, a taste of crab, andouille sausage, bell peppers, onions, jalapenos, and a blend of Cajun spices, all smothered in delicious mozzarella cheese. It's the perfect bite of the bayou and the perfect meal for any Cajun crave. Try our Cajun flip or dive into a sweet the swamp pizza bowl. A taste of Louisiana flavor is waiting on you. Let's share a slice today at Johnny's Pizza House.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
CBS News brief. Sources say some blood was found in the Arizona home of Savannah Guthrie's mother. CBS's Anna Schechter.
She's 84 years old. She needs medication daily to survive. That's according to the sheriff. The family has told them that every hour that passes, it's more dangerous for her.
President Trump calls on Republicans to nationalize elections in some parts of the country. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
Elections, of course, are run by the states, not the federal government, and there has been no evidence of widespread voter fraud.
Survivors and relatives are blasting the Justice Department's recent release of more of the Epstein files. Some revealed the names of accusers.
What they're doing is straight and flat out illegal. They're redacting the names of perpetrators and they're unredacting the names of victims.
Sky Roberts is the brother of Virginia Giuffre, a vocal accuser who died by suicide. CBS News Brief. I'm Steve. Huddle up, wing lovers, and double your count for less on Wing Tuesdays at Buffalo Wild Wings. When you buy one order of traditional wings, get one for 50% off. No time to dine? Order for delivery and wing it up with a crew at home. Or pick up takeout when you're on the go. Limit one per order, not valid with any other offers. Additional terms and conditions apply. Huddle up for Wing Tuesday at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Have you thought about the cost of long-term care? In Mississippi, a home health aide can cost over $57,000 a year, and a private nursing home room can exceed $109,000 annually. Hi, my name is Cressley Pierce at Pierce Professional Agency. Long-term care insurance may help protect your savings and give you more options and peace of mind as you age. Learn how planning ahead could save you money and stress. Find me, Cressley Pierce, online today at MadisonPlans.com. That's MadisonPlans.com.
Tools, paint, mowers, equipment parts, service, and rentals are all under one roof at Hometown Hardware in Flora. Hometown Hardware has what you need and professional staff to steer you in the right direction. Hometown Hardware carries top brands like Hustler, Steel, and Milwaukee. Hometown Hardware even has a full lumber yard, paint matching, pool water testing, propane filling, key cutting, and much more. Hometown Hardware, Highway 49 in Flora.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is the Chip Matthews Show, heard all around the world. Yes, sir. How y'all doing today? And I just saw this come in over the wire. Mississippi man sentenced to 15 years for meth trafficking. A Canton man has been sentenced on drug charges in Madison County Kadarius Marquise Best, 32, pleaded guilty of 2 counts of trafficking methamphetamine and was sentenced to 15 years in prison without the possibility of early release or parole by District Attorney Bubba Bramlett. Imagine that. During April and May of 2025, the Gluckstadt Police Department, working with a confidential informant, made multiple drug buys from Best. On one occasion, Best sold the informant 2,000 dosage units of methamphetamine, or another, he said, he's about 5,000 pills. Best was later stopped in Gluckstadt. Officers for a traffic offense, and after consenting to a search of the vehicle, officers discovered more than 11,000 messages. So you were able to buy drugs from him, 7,000 pills earlier, and then when you finally pulled him over in Gluckstadt, you found 11,000 more pills in the car, and then you're prosecuted. But anyway, he's in jail for 15 years and not supposed to get out. Meanwhile, a politician can take money and steal from us, take every dollar we got. And they do 4 or 5 years. Rudy got 21 years. But the 2 elected officials who were elected to office and had our trust, who took the money, got 5 years. I mean, y'all figure that out. Why is the sentencing phase on everything? And it's why can't somebody who was elected and we trusted to do the right thing for us, and they take that money from these people? I mean, I know it's legal to take it from lobbyists, but when you're caught taking it from somebody who's buying influence, why, and you're elected? I mean, it's like, for instance, the Gerald Steen thing with the gas. Everybody's still asking the question about the gas. Now they're covering it up with something that they say is a convention center hotel and blah, blah, blah. It's 250 rooms with a big room where they'll have a convention. They'll have, it'll probably hold 1,000 people, maybe 500 in the convention center part of it. It won't be, it's not the announcement that you're looking for when you say you're opening up a convention center and hotel. Now, if you went and built something like the pavilion out at the reservoir, right there in the area by the dock, or something about half the size of the pavilion, and then built a whole bunch of hotels and developments right there on the water in Main Harbor, now that would make sense. Well, that'd make too much sense. That'd be too much like right. That's a destination you'd want to go to. But a convention center next to the Topgolf by the Topgolf developer, who is the most interesting man in the hotel business. If you watch his product commercial where he talks about you can come by and you can drink top shelf tequila while staying in my hotel, you can get it for free. Come on. What is that? What is that really? I mean, it's not conducive to constantly say you're doing something that you're not going to do. I mean, it's the Mississippi way. I mean, it's just like when the state legislature said last year, we got rid of taxes. Got rid of taxes. We don't have taxes anymore. But we still have taxes. We got rid of, when you go to Texas and they say no more taxes, that means no more taxes. Tennessee, no more taxes means no more taxes. Florida, no more taxes means no more taxes. In Mississippi, it's no more taxes plus tax. I don't get it. I don't know what, and it's like education freedom and all of that, and the school choice. It's not for everybody. It's not nothing that any of us recognizes it's doing anything. It's just a lie hidden inside of a lie. All we get is lies in Mississippi. We don't get conservative government. We do not get conservative people telling us what we need to do. We do not get conservative legislators, although they say that we have a Republican Party and we had the supermajority, and we don't have that anymore. Why do we not have that anymore? Because we never had it. That's why we never got any supermajority legislation through. And then last year, what? We had 10 Democrats come over to the Republican side, and we still lost them in supermajority this last election. Y'all figure it out. We live in a state of Democrats and rhinos. We do not live in a conservative state that should take care of us, you know. And it's just a conference center, not a convention center. Yes, that's right. It's just a place for somebody to go and have meetings, you know. We're going to take some insurance tests. We're going to take this. We're going to do that. It's just going to be a little. It's not this big announcement is not what it was. Yes, it's good to be building something. Yes, it's good to be, you know, this guy's going to be making some money. Yes, it's going to be good when whoever gives whatever payoffs to whoever. But I mean, the truth of the matter is, it's not a big deal. I don't, you know, we'll have a ribbon cutting out at Beethoven's on Thursday at 3:00, where we're opening up Beethoven's Boardwalk, which we've already had open for a little while. And we got the steakhouse opening this weekend. And we got a Mardi Gras party going on. That's just advertising. That's something that we're doing. And that's all this guy's doing. It didn't take a big hoo-ha out of the Madison County Board of Supervisors. They're just trying to get the heat off of them for the three amigos who have not done anything to help us in our county. And then as you go through these road projects and start looking at them, and we start seeing where do these companies, all of them got contracts, you know, got 7 or 8 contracts to build one road. And they said that was a good thing because that way it'll happen faster. No. Those 7, 8 contractors, where do they buy their gas? Do they buy it from Gerald Steen? That's the question. You know, how much money are people making off of our money? And what they don't understand is this is county money, or they say it's federal money, or it's state money. No, it's my tax dollars. Every dollar that they have. The government is completely broken, does not have a penny. They do not supposed to have a penny. They're not supposed to have anything. Energy companies and all those are supposed to be regulated on how much profit they can make. Yet we keep opening the door for them to make all they want. What the hell are we doing, people? They're spending our money any way they want to, and we allow it. And then the legislature's sitting down there, and they're trying to micromanage the ABC warehouse. We could have already turned that over to private management and the Jack Daniels company or Brown Foreman or whatever company that brings them in. They would set that up. They go, well, we'd lose so much money that we already make. No, we wouldn't lose money because you would tell them we're still going to get our cut. You don't care. You're going to look at it like that. I mean, you're going to get your cut. You're going to get your tax dollars off of it. You can get your profit off of it. If you say that's the rules, that's the rules. You know, people go drink. You're talking about the price of tea in China. They'll figure it out how to get the profit. I mean, they sell it to the state already and make money when they sell it. Jack Daniels sells it to the state and they make money. And then the state makes money on taxes and on actually running the warehouse. And then they run it inefficiently. And then all those people that work at you talk constantly about PERS being overfunded. Well, if you got rid of some of the government, PERS wouldn't be overfunded. PERS would have money to come in. It would. You're building the government bigger to chase the tail of the dragon. You know, you're just a cat running around in a circle. You're going, we just need to get more people in the system where there'll be more money in the system. Well, the more money we put in the government system, all y'all do is figure out how to lose it. You don't manage the money. You don't allow people to manage the money. But when you get into this and you just start looking at the micromanaging, that's the ABC warehouse. Then you got the legislators are trying to evaluate whether or not everything in education is the way they want. But we're going to manage with 10,000 kids. So to manage those 10,000 kids, which will be going through the state treasurer's office, they've got to set up a division inside the state treasurer's office to keep up with if these kids are qualified, if they meet the requirements to have it, then make sure the money is going where it needs to go so that everything can happen. Then cell phones in schools. Why are we worried about cell phones in schools? Y'all want to make some money? Tell every kid that comes to school, $5 and you can bring your cell phone to school, $5 a month. You need to tax them $5 a month. Because when you ban the cell phone to school, they're still going to bring them. You ban guns, they still bring guns. You know? Y'all act like if we say it at the state legislature, it's going to happen, but you don't put anything in place to fix anything. You do absolutely nothing to help us out. You say, well, we did all the laws. We wrote all the laws. We can't help it. Nobody knows how to enforce them. Well, when you write a bunch of stupid laws that you don't need to begin with, you know, if you just enforce the laws that we have, things would be better. It's like, for instance, car tags. Everybody knows we have the we're the second highest in the United States on car tags. California being one, we're number 2 to California. Okay. We're number 2 to California on the price of a car tag. So with a car tag, you've got legislation in place now on a car tag to where if you have a car tag and to get a new one, you got to have insurance. So what's that going to lead to? It's going to lead to less car tags on cars. And then already you're all riding down the road. You all see your neighbors with the Texas tags and the other tags from other places. They're already breaking the law because I'm sure when you pull them over, they have a Texas tag and they have a Mississippi driver's license. Okay. That's illegal. What do you do about that? What do you do about the cars that are driving around and speeding past you everywhere that don't have tags on them at all? Then, of course, you have to worry about the stolen cars and the switch tags. You know, and all this does is just drive up insurance rates. Now, I'm all for, in order for you to get a tag on your car, you got to have insurance on the car. I'm all for that. I think that's exactly what needs to happen because that's what it needs to be. And you would think the more people buying insurance would come down. But what we have is more people skirting the system. And if we would stop letting people get away with everything, it's all the way down to, excuse me, you're parking in a handicap and you don't even have a handicap sticker. And, you know, and it's obviously real easy to get a handicap sticker because I see a lot of able-bodied 18, 19, 20-year-olds with handicap stickers parking in handicap spaces. If you're not handicapped and you're driving somebody else's handicapped car, you know, you should really think about others. But we don't have a society of people that care about anybody else. And that's what's wrong. We have a legislature that's down there and they feel like at times nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. It really doesn't affect anybody. Yes, it does. Conservative leadership matters. Yes, closing the precincts, closing the elections to where Republicans can only vote in Republican elections and Democrats can only vote in Democrat, and you having to register, that might help a problem. It might help us get incumbents out of office. But because it helps get incumbents out of office, since they don't want they don't want us to, I can't even remember what the word is called. They don't want us to do term limits. So without term limits, there's no way you're going to get this closed precinct thing to pass through because they want to stay in office forever. They want to be able to retire rich. They want that PERS to kick in, make all that money. They won't make much money, but before they leave office, if you've been in office long enough at the House or Senate, somebody's going to give you an appointment to one of these agencies that they've created that has to oversee something. You'll make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and for 4 years, and then your PERS goes through the roof, so that you make more money when you retire because you get paid on the 4 high. You know, in Madison County, all the family members, they may be working minimum wage for 20 years, sweeping the floor, but the last 4 years, they're the industrial engineer complex. They will be taken over as the supervisor of energy waste management inside the building, and then they will get paid $100,000 for 4 years. And when they retire, that's what they'll get. They'll get paid on. They will get paid on. They need to revamp the system, but thing is, you just need to find some people honest to put into office.
That kind of
We'll be
money.
back with more on the
They
Chip
need to
Matthews
revamp the system. But the thing is, you just need to find some people honest to put into office.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store. LS Tractor understands your passion for the land, and just like you, LS Tractor is committed to excellence and superior products. LS Tractor comes with a long list of standard features that are unmatched by other brands and backed with the LS commitment to provide exceptional customer service and satisfaction. You get a lot more for your money with the LS Tractor. Come to the Tractor Store in Richland to experience the LS difference. The Tractor Store in Richland.
The Tri-County Academy Rebels' success in the classroom and on the athletic stage begins with the Tri-County Academy Booster Club. Join the team and be a Rebel by getting involved and volunteering as a booster. Your involvement is the generator for fundraisers, facility upgrades, equipment, uniforms, and all other needs. Tri-County Athletics thrives in part because of our TCA boosters. Join today by calling the TCA main office at 601-879-8517 and help the Rebels continue the championship tradition.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Hey, this is Ben Ingram from the Braves Radio Network. We're in commercial right now, so I want to let my sister take over and tell you about Hometown Property Group.
Thanks, Ben. This is Mary Claire Putman with Hometown Property Group. Whether you're buying or selling, we are committed to guiding you through your real estate transaction with integrity, exceptional service, and remarkable results. Madison County has been my home for 40 years. I'd love to help make it yours, too.
That's Hometown Property Group. Give them a call at 601-853-6080.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Why don't you mind your own business?
Mind my own business? What's that supposed to mean?
No, I was just thinking about all of the news of tax changes, insurance changes, regulations that are being passed down to business owners. I don't have the time to keep growing and to keep up with changing payroll regulations.
I know. It seems like all I do is handle employee-related problems.
You know, I hear People Lease can help.
How can they help?
People Lease can handle our payroll, taxes, employee benefits, and workers' compensation. They even offer an affordable and customizable 401k program and a 24/7 online human resources support center for all my HR needs.
Think of all the time we'll save letting People Lease handle our payroll and benefits administration. I'll be busy growing my business and letting People Lease take care of the rest.
Sounds like a good business plan with People Lease.
Let People Lease mind your business so you can mind your own business. Call now 601-987-3025. That's 601-987-3025. Or visit freepayrollquotes.com for your free quote.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is your hostess with the mostest. It is the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. And let's do some little cleaning up and a little housekeeping here. Remember, coming up after me, the one, the only, the Andrew Gasser, all gas and no breaks. Remember, coming up at noon, it's Lindsey Beckham. And then at 4 o'clock, the one, the only, the Kim Wade. Yes, the Kim Wade Show right here on WYAB. He'll have insights on everything going on in the world today. Also, remember that tomorrow is Grip and Grin at Mama Hamill's at noon. Ribbon cutting on the 5th at Beethoven's Boardwalk. That's our place out on the reservoir where the new Acme Pizza is. And the Fork and Flame Steakhouse opens this weekend. And then, of course, Scooby's on the deck Friday night. We will have a Mardi Gras party, at the Res with Good Hope. And it's a dress-up Mardi Gras. Y'all come on out, be a part of all of that. And then, let's see, what else is going on? Anything else? Oh, Chris Davis is also playing live. That's our news director here and also the host of the Blues and Arts Hour. He will be live at Beethoven's Acme Pizza this Friday night at 6 o'clock, excuse me. And playing all the hits that are the hits and then those hits that once were hits. Yes. So y'all come out and check us out. We'll have lots of fun. It ought to be great. But that's some of the stuff going on. Y'all need to get out and be a part. And look, when you keep up with what's going on in the legislators, and if you know one, pick up the phone and call him. If you don't know one, find out who your legislator is and give him a call and ask him what he's doing. Tell him who you are. Tell him you're a voter in his district. We want to know why you're supposed to be a conservative and you're not, And look, in some of these districts, the Democrats are more conservative than the Republicans, And we all know Delbert Hoseman has a phone number. Y'all call him. He's supposed to be running things. You call him and say, look, you want to be governor, yet you keep holding up conservative legislation. He wants to say he's one of the most conservative ever, but that's not true. It's not true. So get out, get on to these politicians, make sure they're passing things that help you, that make your life better. That's their job, is to make your life better with your money. It's your money. They're spending your dollars. Taxes are not their money. Taxes are what we pay to have a better life. If people budgeted correctly, you wouldn't have to add a tax in the city of Ridgeland just to build a park. Same in Canton for tourism. There's a tax for tourism. All these things are taxed because the cities cannot budget their money to grow their tax base with people. They'd rather tax us into submission so that they can have the things that they can build and they can put their name on a park or they can put their name on a building. Putting your name on something is just not worth it sometimes. Anyway, we'll see y'all back tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Andrew Gosser is next on WYAB.